Okay.
Welcome to Comedy Couch Live. I'm Rose Hines, and this is my co-host.
And I'm Kip Fuller.
We also host a Saturday showcase at Comedy Couch at the Mango Dome Community Center.
Yes.
At 30 Lasky Street.
Definitely at 30 Lasky Street. We want to let you guys know we have a really interesting show going on here. We got 5 comedians, and we're all going to give you guys some dating advice, relationship advice, whatever kind of advice you want. Yeah. And as you can hear in the background, my comedians are already laughing. And what I want to do is I just want to kind of go down the line because these people, I mean, they're amazing guys. I've worked with them all. I have to say, I really like these guys, and I want to let them have a chance to just tell you a little bit about themselves.
Yeah, we do have a lot of life experience here today, so be prepared. You can get some real advice out here. The number that you're going to call is going to be 415-861-6648, and feel free to call us just in a couple minutes.
Yep, and so right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll on over to Matthew Quirk. That's the guy over there you see in the red shirt, Matthew Quirk. Why don't you go ahead and tell people a little bit about yourself there, Matthew?
All right, well, my name is Matthew Quirk, as you have heard, and I am teaching roller skating this weekend at the Church of Eight Wheels in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I suggest you all come and take a lesson from
really
an expert.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, other than that, I think I'm booked on the Comedy Couch this weekend.
Absolutely.
Yep, that's
You
right.
definitely are booked on the Comedy Couch.
I'm forcing a yes there, and that's really all I have in the immediate future.
All right. Oh, me. Hi, I'm Nicole Turley. And tomorrow I'll be at Delirium at 7 p.m. in the Mission.
Oh, that's great.
Then I'll be in lovely Mountain View, California, at O'Malley's Sports Pub on Sunday night at 8:30. And I will be at one of my favorite spots, The Layover in Oakland on Tuesday, and that show starts at 8. And I'm actually on this wonderful site called laughq.com. Just go to LaughQ, look up Nicole Turley, and all my shows are there. And I would love to see you at one of them.
Hey kids, I'm Griff. Nice to meet you. You really want dating advice on this old fool? Yeah, I'm a bit of an actor, you know. Been doing it for about 5 years. Stand-up comedy for 8 years, I think now, you know, kind of amateur level, but we're all struggling to get into that pro level now, you know. Nice when you get paid for something, especially when you've been doing it for so long, you know. It's I don't know if I can make Comedy Couch this Saturday, but I will if I can, kids. And you should go down there to Lasky Street. It's real easy to find. So just off a Mission between 8th and 9th, right?
Yeah, that's
Yep.
right.
Yeah. Number 30, Lasky Street.
So, yeah. So, Rose, I heard so why don't you tell us a little bit about what you got going here?
So I do have some emails that I received from people.
Okay.
So
So what we're
basically,
going to do is we're going to read the email, and then we're going to see what these fabulous comedians have to say.
okay, so here's the dilemma. You put it up close on me. There we go. Here's the dilemma, okay? Me and my boyfriend were both obese when we met. I should look into the camera. They were both obese when they met, but I have lost like 200 pounds, and the trainer that I go to at the gym, you know, he actually invited me out for a date this week, and I really want to go, but what does he say? He says, you know, I feel torn. Like, do I go on this date with this trainer or do I not? Like, do I give my partner an ultimatum, like you lose weight or it's over? Like, am I being superficial to care that much? That's the question.
Sounds like he's not very happy with his partner right now, right? This is a dude, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
true.
Yeah. Do what you like, man. Who cares? No, you're not actually married, right? So I guess you can do what, you know. She sounds like she's a hot stuff, this little trainer girl, eh? What do you think, Nick?
I'm sorry. I gotta say, like, how shallow are you? I mean, you're supposed to have a commitment, a relationship, and because he's not, all of a sudden you've lost weight and you think you're all that. And I mean, were there? I don't know. I would want to know from this person. Were there other problems before? Were you already on the skids, or is this completely based on this person's weight? I think that's terrible. I hate to be harsh, but I think you really need to think your morality. I think it's terrible. You obviously don't.
Looks like we got a phone call coming in, guys.
Okay, so we have a phone call coming in live. We're going to see what their scenario is.
Hey, caller, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
What's
Hi,
your name,
what's
caller?
Your name?
My name is Mindy. I'm thinking about getting into stand-up, and I wondered what advice you have for me.
Oh, okay.
I'm glad that you called into a dating advice panel
It's all
for
type
that.
of life. It's all type
No,
of life here.
please, I'm handling this phone call. I suggest you go out and get dates instead, because comedy is a lonely, lonely life, a monastic life. That would be my.
Well, I already have a lonely monastic life.
So,
Well, so far you're killing it with the funny.
So Nicole, what would you say?
I would say, are you a trust fund baby or anything like that, or do you have a sugar daddy?
Oh, hell no. I wish I was.
Oh, well, become a trust fund baby or get a sugar daddy, and that'll pay your bills, and that'll give you plenty of time to do comedy for free, which is what usually happens for quite some time.
Serious?
Yeah, it's fun. It's great. You'll meet a lot of really well emotionally balanced people. You might even meet the love of your life doing comedy. There's a lot of great guys
That's true.
in the comedy
happen.
community.
That can actually happen.
Yeah,
So,
actually, there.
Thank you, Nicole. So, Griffin, what would be your advice? She's
First
thinking
off,
about-
never date a comic. That's a rule.
Oh, come on.
Nah, come on. They're terrible.
available.
Well, I would date her if I was single, but if she would let me. But look, go ahead and start doing stand-up comedy. If you get a few laughs the first time, you'll be hooked. It's just like heroin. You'll be like, Zah! So then you'll be like, you'll want to do it like.
I didn't tell you.
You'll
the
have
thing
to
I didn't
do this
tell
5
you-
nights a week.
Okay,
Go on.
wait, hold on.
Go on.
So, what was your question?
Well, the thing I didn't tell you is that I'm not comfortable standing up in front of an audience.
Well, you're pretty much screwed then, really. That's pretty much what it is about,
Well-
really.
I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to say, if you want to work on that, there are ways you can do that. Are you familiar with open mics?
Yeah.
Have you ever done that?
No, I'm too scared.
Well, that's where you start, baby. You got to start.
Okay.
Doing open mic. Go to an
Well,
open
do you
mic.
think I should take a class or
No,
something?
no. Listen, go to your regular open mic. Find one to go to. Just sit in and watch what happens. And when you feel like you're ready to get up and you've got 5 minutes of written material, written jokes ready to go, then you say to the guy or girl running the show, say, "Can I get up next week?" And then, from there, that's the easiest way.
All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone.
Hey, I think so. I think we have 1 or 2 more pearls of wisdom for you here. We've been kind of playing around with you, and you've been a really good phone person. We've been kind of joking around a little bit. Let's give you some real advice. Maybe we might have one more joke in there for you, but go ahead, Matthew.
Yeah, have you thought of roller skating classes? That's a great way to get over, fears,
I'm not really
cross
good at
things.
roller skating.
That's why you take lessons for beginners.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rose is going to have some real advice for you. Rose?
You just got to get out there. I was terrified. I couldn't talk at all when I first started stand-up. But I got out there and I did it. And now, look at me. Right?
Do you guys teach it?
Well, we do.
Where are you? Where are you? What city are you in?
I am in the East Bay.
Okay, well, here's what you can do. Do you see that on the screen where it says Comedy Couch Live?
Yeah.
Are you on Facebook?
Yes.
Okay, just go to Facebook and type Comedy Couch SF in your browser, and you can message us from there, and we'll send you more information. We'll send you some good information. Some real solid
great.
information. We host
Do you
an
know
open mic.
Bayback teaches comedy?
No.
No, it doesn't. But we
Okay.
really appreciate your call. Thank you very much.
So yeah.
All right,
I think
thank
we do
you.
have another
Bye-bye.
call.
Oh, that was a nice caller.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, we have
Oh,
another
it looks
call
like we have
coming
another
in.
caller coming in. Let's see what we got
You
going,
better
guys.
You better pick it up. Hello.
Comedy Couch, hello. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. John. Hey, Rose.
John, we're gonna need you to speak up a little louder.
Well, I'm on a cell phone in Los Angeles. I don't know. This is about the best my cell phone does. I'm sorry.
John, are you watching us on YouTube Live?
No, I just called in the number that.
Awesome.
So what's
Hey,
the
John,
what scenario do you
So
have?
so what's your scenario?
What scenario? What are you talking about?
Well, we're asking you. This is an advice line for comedians.
Yeah, it's,
Okay.
so there's we have a panel of comedians here
I didn't
who can
say
give
that
you
right.
who can give you advice on anything at all.
That's what I was trying to say, John.
So if you have any
sorry.
relationship issues or issues at home,
Business
personal
issues.
issues,
Do
birth
you need a
business.
psychic? You need someone to tell you your future, John?
Wait, you said a panel of comedians?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. That.
Did you dial the wrong number?
Maybe
I'm
I-
sorry.
maybe I should-
John dialed the wrong number.
No, it's
I don't
okay.
know if I want to. I don't know if I want to talk to a panel of comedians about it.
We're very worldly.
I don't know.
Yes.
Can't you just replace
give us a
those
try.
with real Rose, can't you replace the panel of comics with just real normal people?
Well, we have one
Really?
normal person.
Give me that mic.
There's one normal person.
Go ahead. Let Matthew deal with this
Listen,
one.
I'm
This is
hella
a massive
normal,
call.
John. I don't know what you're talking about.
wait a minute. The world is going down in flames.
John, we have another caller who really needs advice, but thank you for calling.
Hello?
This is Kip Fuller with Comedy Couch, and your name is
Yeah, it's me again, dude. Are you okay?
John. You know, we really like you. Hey, John, what year did you lose your
Wait a
virginity?
minute. Hold on, Kip. Let me get my therapist's number here. I have it in my phone.
You know, I'm ready to get back to that email.
What did you want to ask? What am I supposed to ask?
John, we want to ask you for advice. We want to turn the tables, and we want to ask you in all of your infinite wisdom, what can we do? What can we do to be successful comedians? Because we're just here on television. What can we do to be more successful?
I would say being funny isn't enough. You got to be like, hey Rose, remember Grant Cotter?
Yep.
Yeah, that you have to be a really good business person to make it, I think, and you have to be a very good networking. Being funny isn't enough because there's so many comics. You really have to know. You have to run it like a small business. Like
Yeah,
that's what
absolutely.
I
I think that's very good advice.
yeah, being funny and interesting and all that, and you think that somebody's going to discover you, that just doesn't happen anymore. You really got to really.
Go ahead.
What's your last name, John? You're a comic, right? I'm getting the impression you're a comic. Who are you? Who are you, John?
Johnny Gold.
What?
Rose, tell him.
It's John Gold. He's from Los Angeles. He's a comedian in Los Angeles.
All right. Well, nice to talk to you, dude. Thank you for the advice.
Nice to talk. Oh, sure. Yeah, no problem. I mean, that's just my advice.
Yeah.
I just.
Hey,
feel
John,
like
is this
I just
you?
feel- Yeah.
No, I don't think so. Oh, I think we have another caller on the line. So thank you so much
go
for
ahead,
calling in.
Rose. Rose, I'm not that interesting because I really don't give a fuck. So I'll talk to you later.
Nor do we. Nor do we. Fuck off.
Yeah, fuck off.
Thought we weren't supposed to say that.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Do we have another caller?
So now that all the other callers have heard how to heckle a TV show, we're going to see if we can get any other callers that need to get some advice from our infinite panel of wisdom here from all these wonderful comedians. Look at them just sitting there waiting for more advice. I think I'm going to throw one in there, guys. I got a question. You know, I've been trying to make it myself in comedy, you know, and it's like, I don't know. I don't know what to do, you know. It's like I feel like I should do more performing, but, you know, sometimes my comedy is quite dark, you know, and it's too real.
Oh, we have
So I got to pass.
Real?
I got
Okay.
saved.
Saved by
I'm
the
gonna
bell.
Saved by the
You know what?
bell.
We Saved by the bell. We got another caller. Let's go ahead and check this caller out. Comedy Couch Live. This is Kip Fuller.
Hello.
That sounded
Yeah.
like a
Hello?
pocket dial.
Hello?
Did sound
Hello?
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, hi. We just want to ask you a question. Do you need any advice?
But I seem to have a problem.
What is that?
I have some gastrointestinal distress.
Okay.
Is this the Pepto-Bismol hotline? I don't feel so good. Sorry.
Oh my God, that's
Not poop
disgusting.
jokes. Not
That's
poop
really
jokes.
Yeah, we're-
disgusting.
Okay, so
That's so lowbrow.
So what's your advice for somebody with a gastrointestinal distress?
To get it all out of them one way or the other.
Yeah.
You just got to let it run its course.
Okay,
Yeah.
Nicole, what's
It's okay. Let them go.
Oh.
Let them go in their own pace.
Ginger ale and bitters. That might help.
Hey, look, thanks.
Hey,
This has been
hang on
great.
a
But
minute,
we're going
what
to go
about
on
me?
to the next caller. I'm getting kind of grossed out.
they hung up? Sorry.
Oh, they did. Right. She should jump off the bridge. Is what
Comedy
she
Couch SF, this is Kip Fuller. What's your question?
Yes, since it's so hot out here in the San Francisco Bay Area, what advice would you? 3 seniors died I think a couple of weeks ago. So what advice would you give the Department of Health in the city and county on what and how they should look after the seniors in this desperate hot weather?
Caller, that's a very good question. Can you tell us your name, caller?
Yes, my name is Greg Richardson.
Greg, do you live in the city of San Francisco?
Yes, I have a show right behind you called San Francisco Community News.
Oh, great. We're so glad that you called in.
So what they?
I suppose my advice would be to cover this on your show if it's right behind this show.
So what would you do for seniors in San Francisco? Because a couple people died.
Well, I mean, I would rearrange the entire financial structure of the city, the county, the state, and the country to be more attentive to its citizens in general. That would be my advice.
That's very good advice.
Ditto.
I would say this is a question for Ed Lee, who seems to really avoid answering questions about this kind of subject. Like he avoids answering questions about the homeless when I've told him via email that there are thousands of empty housing units on Alameda Island, which he could somehow appropriate, I'm sure. This wonderful, caring government would allow him to take those units and put all these poor homeless people in. But your question, I think, tackle Ed Lee about that. Yeah, I'm sure there's something can be done. Only 3 people died? Was pretty
Yeah,
hard.
I do think it's a very tragic situation, and hopefully, hopefully the city of San Francisco can learn from these tragic times. But I really think we should just push it off on the federal government. We should just go straight to Donald Trump and say, what are you going to do for seniors in San Francisco?
Can we come on your show with some dating advice?
What's the name of your show, sir?
It's called San Francisco Community News, as well as the Good News Show on Sundays at 10:30, and I'm right behind you tonight, every Wednesday night, with the San Francisco Community News.
Okay, so tell me, how would you solve this problem?
Well, basically, I would call the Department of Health. I'd make sure that they do a sweep, and they dictate to each individual senior meal program, as long as every senior development, make sure the social workers are put out there by the Department of Nutrition and Aging and go check on them and make sure that everything's okay.
Can you
All
repeat
right.
that again, sir?
Boring. Can we move on? We got short time here, don't we?
Yeah. So I have. I
You
have
need a date,
I wanna
dude, or
cover
what?
Hey,
email.
thank you for calling, sir. We really appreciate that.
So
I want to get back to that fat guy if we can.
Let's get back to the fat guy. What about the fat guy that was
So that
was
it
ready
was
to stray
a text
on
or
his
something,
woman?
right? I didn't get to comment on that.
Yeah.
He lost a few pounds just to update everybody, and now his
well,
trainer's
he
hitting
lost
on
like
him.
200
That-
Dude, you hold that
don't argue over the facts. He lost some weight. He's feeling good about himself. She hit on him. He wants to go for it. My advice to everyone on the planet is to be an ethical slut, and that he should inform his current girlfriend of the situation before he does anything.
I love
And
how
if he was
I love how Marcus yanking that mic like it's like.
Matthew. And
Luke and John.
on that note, if he is all that hot stuff, he should go off reservation, as I would say, and shouldn't just be right in that immediate circle. He's going to have to go to that trainer again. You know, he should find some girl that he's not socially connected to in the same way.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Probably not as hot as he thinks he is anyway.
That's right.
Yeah, probably not.
It does seem kind of risky to, because you're basically having to ask for an open relationship, you know.
Yeah.
So I think that's why people cheat, because they're like, well, I don't want to just ask, and then they're going to say, no way.
That's what happened to my first marriage, dude. Forget about it.
Yeah, he's lying the same reason all people lie. They don't want to get in trouble, you know.
So we do have time to cover one more.
Well, you know what? Actually, I wanted to break into something else real quick. Rose, you know, you actually are going to be on a show tomorrow, September the 28th. Laughs on Tap at Bear Bottle Brewing Company with comedian John Sherman. And we got a lot of comedians on there that we know and love. These guys right here. Are you excited about being a guest on this show, Rose? I mean, what do you think? You gonna do some new jokes or something? You gonna let them have it or what?
Oh yeah, definitely. That location is fabulous. If you haven't been there, it's a microbrewery, so you know you can get some of the best microbrew in San
You know what?
Francisco.
We have about 30 seconds left on the show. So we want to take another call, but unfortunately we're not going to be able to take another call. We're going to have to roll out, and we're going to have to end the show, guys.
All right.
Is that John Gold?